Here at Creepy World. And Creepy World opens in about 30 days. And we're going to take you around and show you some of the stuff that's going on here at Creepy World. Specifically, things that are new and different. And, you know, this whole idea that we don't spend a ton of money and time and passion, put a lot of passion into our haunted houses. I mean, this is all ludicrous talk. And it's getting dark here. But we're just gonna give you a little walk around and show you. Now, this is our world famous, well, I should say St. Louis famous pumpkin patch. And some of the things, these are new right here. These are really cool. They're talking animated pumpkins. And sorry that it's dark, but it's dark. So all of next week, we're gonna try to get this pumpkin patch like all put together. And that's one of the things, you see pumpkins everywhere. We had to rebuild this wagon right here. But next week, it's gonna be our main focus, is to try to get all of these pumpkins out. You can see we've already started putting the hay everywhere. We got some props to put up, pumpkins to get out. We have our LED wall there. So that has yet to be done. What we've been doing is we've been trying to get Creepy World like ready to open, and part of that is going through every maze, making sure everything's secure, everything's fastened down. But we have spent a lot of time and money in all sections of the park, because it really is, it's like a theme park. It's a horror theme park. And let me show you some of the things that are brand new. So for one, this used to be food on that side, and the other, well, there was food on this side and retail on that side. Now it's gonna be all retail, so we'll have twice as much retail. And then this right here is actually gonna be food, and it's gonna service both sides when you come in and when you leave. So we got that. We got our monster selfie museum. And this thing is really cool. It's free, you just walk in, and there's gonna be a ton of monsters, like everywhere. And then you're gonna be able to read about all the monsters. And there's a big one right there. So like you can read about what is a goblin, okay? You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And then you can learn about what's a witch, Jekyll and Hyde, Dracula, you know, and this is gonna be all filled with monsters. And so you're gonna be able to walk through here, take photos with the monsters. Can anybody tell me? I'm not gonna tell you what movie this is from, okay? But he's a cool monster from something. And then of course, you could probably guess what that's from. So you could read about the Mothman, what a zombie is, what a demon is, you know, Jack Skellington, to the Yeti, to you name it. And all these monsters will be in here. And you just walk through, and you can take pictures with all the monsters, see all the monsters, and it's gonna be really cool. So that is a new attraction that we have here at Creepy World. What else did we change? We did add, we have spent a ton of money to improve our Jack-o'-lantern festival. And for those who don't know, the Jack-o'-lantern festival is a pumpkin display. It's like a Halloween display. You walk through it, and it's a big photo opportunity attraction. And that's what I'm walking through right now. So you get your cameras out, you take a lot of photos, and there's all kinds of cool stuff all over the place. That is an upgrade, and it's only $5 extra. So when you buy your ticket to Creepy World, you can add the Jack-o'-lantern festival. Where is the Jack-o'-lantern festival? It's after you exit Creepy World. When you exit and you come out, it's literally right there. So on one side is going to be the Monster Museum, which is going to be free. And then the Jack-o'-lantern is directly on the opposite side, okay? So what's new at Creepy World is we've added tons of new cool things to take pictures of in the Jack-o'-lantern festival. We've added the Monster Museum. That was another thing we added. We added food and a bigger gift store. And then what else did we add? Well, here's our main queue line. And let's get in here and take a look at this thing. This is called the Ghoul Band. Now, this thing we've had, and there was a big flood out here, and we haven't reactivated the Ghoul Band since the flood. So what we've done is we've rebuilt it, start to finish. So the band inside sings songs. You'll also notice that we have wrapped it, so it's all brand new wrap, right? So like everything is brand new. It's all really cool, and it's all right here. And so while you wait in this big queue line here, the Ghoul Band will entertain you, okay? And so it's stacked up really high, and basically it plays, you know, like Halloween themed songs, and it's a animated band, and it was a lot of work, let me tell you, to get it working again. And so it literally has sat for about 3 years, and so we did finally get that completely rebuilt and ready for Halloween 2024. So some of the other things that we've done before I get to the main thing that we've done is we've bought a lot of new props, a lot of new animatronics, and they've been sprinkled around all the mazes. But in addition to that, in 2023 we tore out 2 mazes from scratch, and we built our schoolhouse and our slaughterhouse. Literally the bloodiest thing we've ever done is the slaughterhouse. Actually, I think it's the best haunt here at Creepy World. And then we've had this Krampus haunted house for a long time, and so we've decided to replace it, and now it's called the Monster Mansion. So when you're on our website, scarefest.fearticket.com, and you can add on the hayride. The hayride is an upcharge of $5. If you have the hayride ticket, you'll go this way. You'll go through the hayride, and then you'll exit over there back into the queue line for the Monster Mansion. So the Monster Mansion is our new haunted house for 2024. And not only did we rebuild the whole haunted house, and my gosh, we spent all summer making it, but now we're installing this big old facade, and it is really cool, and we're working on it, as you can see. Now that's getting teeth. It'll have eyes that glow. And now what's underneath the tarp is really cool. This is an animation that used to be in the darkness, and it's called the Slayer. And let's take a look at that. You can see it up there. So there's like this big giant animated demon on the top deck, and you walk in between his arms and you go into Monster Mansion. Now, one of the things about Monster Mansion, it's vampires, it's werewolves, it's Frankenstein, it's like all that kind of stuff. And so it looks like a castle that looks like Frankenstein. So we're gonna be working on this like all week. We'll make another video of the progress. And we've walked into this maze before, Monster Mansion, and we've taken a look at the progress work. You know, it's actually, like I said, it's a monster themed haunted house, and it's filled with a lot of animatronics, a lot of great spots for actors to get scared. It's gonna have werewolves, you know, vampires, you name it, the undead, sleeping vampires. I mean, you name it, and it'll have it, right? So a lot of time and energy was put into this new haunt. So here's the thing about Creepyworld. Look how beautiful that vampire is right there. And you know, this is an animatronic, and that's another animatronic, and there's dead people everywhere. But here's the great thing about Creepyworld. So right now, I'm walking through our new, and by the way, anybody who've heard of the company Distortions, that's their new popular animation called the Banshee. And here's like an animated coffin animation. But and then you get attacked by this werewolf. He's animated. And there'll be live actors. But one of the great things about Creepyworld, woo, look at the demon. And then you got a vampire drinking a lot of blood right there. Okay. But one of the things, let me say for the 80th time here, one of the great things about Creepyworld is even if you're not super excited about a theme like the new Monster Mansion, which is classic monsters, vampires, werewolves, and things of that nature, more of a gothic themed haunted house, okay? So even if you're not super excited about that, guess what? There are a total of 7 different haunted houses here at Creepyworld. Now let me name them all. And that's what makes Creepyworld so amazing, is that there's multiple haunts, multiple themes. Everyone is completely different from the next one. So let me name all the haunted houses, okay? There is a haunted hospital, okay? Who doesn't like a haunted hospital? Then after that, there is a haunted funeral home. And then after that is a camp, like a camp, like a Friday the 13th type of haunted house. And then that's when you get to the queue line for the, and by the way, we're in the school. And then that's when you get to the queue line for the hayride or the Monster Mansion. So then if you were to divert to the hayride, then we have totally redone the hayride. I wouldn't say totally, but I mean, we spent a ton of money and time. We've added new sets, new big props. I mean, it's pretty amazing, the hayride. But then you have Monster Mansion, which is the one we just walked through. We have the schoolhouse, which is another maze. And then once you get out of the schoolhouse, you exit into another queue line, which will take you to Silo X, which is the military-themed haunted house. And then after that, you'll get into a queue line for the asylum. So there's the asylum, there's the haunted hospital, there's the schoolhouse, there's the new gothic Monster Mansion, there's the zombie haunt, right? So all of these haunts are at Creepyworld. So let me see if I can name them all again in order, and I'm gonna count them down. So the first thing you come to is the Ghoul Band, the queue line. That's like an attraction to entertain you while you're waiting in line. Then you have the Haunted Hospital. That's the second attraction. And then the third attraction, and by the way, our queue line is also a scare zone because we have actors roaming around. So there's 3 attractions right there. The fourth attraction that we have here at Creepyworld, and I'm trying not to get lost here. The fourth attraction is the funeral home. The fifth attraction is the Camp Blood, which is like a Friday the 13th theme. And then the sixth attraction is the Haunted Hayride. And then the seventh is Monster Mansion. And then you have, and then there's Riley. And we're working really late, right, Riley? Okay.
You just showed up.
Okay. he's being a brat. And then the next attraction after the schoolhouse, so you have Monster Mansion, then the schoolhouse, and then after the schoolhouse is what maze after the schoolhouse? Silo X.
Slaughterhouse.
No, Slaughterhouse.
No, it's Silo X.
No, it's Silo X, then the Slaughterhouse, and then after the Slaughterhouse
Asylum.
is the Asylum, and then you come out to the Midway, and in the Midway we have Drive-In 666, which you can watch a movie, and this year it's going to be Monster Squad. And then we have a brand new 5-minute escape. So we even built a brand new 5-minute escape. It's a serial killer theme. And then we have the pumpkin patch, the pumpkin barn, the Halloween barn. We call it the Halloween barn. And then we also have the Monster Museum. Now, how many different attractions is that, Riley?
Too many to count on one hand.
Too many to count on one hand. And that's everything that you get when you come to Creepy World in 2024. And when did we start this process? We started building this we started literally working on it in March. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and there's no way it's going to be done until just minutes before we open Creepy World on September. What's the first date? 28th? The 28th. And we've renovated the Limp. I really felt bad about the Limp because, you know, we spend so much time on Creepy World and darkness. So this year we wanted to do something really cool for the Limp. So we went back in after the Transworld show that was in St. Louis, and we spent a whole bunch of time and money and new props and everything in the Limp. And then what was really crazy was after Transworld, after we spent all that time and energy on renovating the darkness, we went back and did more work to the darkness even after Transworld. And so the darkness got a huge renovation. We replaced a massive section on the first floor. We put a bunch of new animations and props on the second floor. We're really excited about Halloween this year. You can go to scarefest.fearticket.com and get your tickets. The darkness opens on Friday the 13th. It's a one-night only event with the ticket price. It's only $20.13. So we rolled the ticket prices back 13 years. Isn't that crazy? Now let's look at that facade from here. Creepy World never opens as early as the darkness. But why is that? Well, that's because it takes so long to get it open, right, Riley?
Sadly.
Yeah, and it's going to take a lot more work, right?
But we're going to leave it out this year, right? For Transworld.
Well, we want to open it for Transworld, yes. But now tell me if what you think. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think about the renovations to Creepy World 2024. Now I can also tell you that we went into the hospital, we replaced some props in there. We added a really cool new couple props in the funeral home. But the hayride, like, we went crazy in there. But there you have it. 2024 Creepy World is going to be insane. And by the way, when you're in the queue line, you can get out and you can stand right in front of that big old banner. You can just take a quick photo op right there. So we're going to try to get this done in time for Creepy World to open 2024. So until then, you can learn more about Creepy World at creepyworld.com. You can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram page is blowing up, and we're uploading content all the time. Riley, wave goodbye. Say goodbye, Riley.
Bye.
We upload content all the time to our Instagram on Scarefest, which is it's at Scarefest. Now, even though Creepy World doesn't have a TikTok page, because I called it Darkness Haunted House when I set it up, but it actually is for all three haunts. So if you want to follow us on TikTok, go to Darkness Haunted House on TikTok. We have 1.1 million followers on TikTok because we're constantly putting up cool and crazy content. So from Creepy World, we're trying to get this thing done. We're going to have an army of people working on it all week, and we hope that we can get it wrapped up by this Friday, and we're going to do another video. Until then, get your tickets now at scarefest.fearticket.com and or learn more about all three of our haunts at scarefest.com.